UK Uncut is Britain's fastest growing protest movement.
Those little bastards I'd take out and hang.
The group has grabbed the headlines recently by targeting companies it accuses of tax avoidance.
What you're committing now is aggravated trespass.
Over the past 3 months, The Guardian has been granted exclusive access to its supporters across the country.
Let's go if everyone's ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are from UK Uncut, and we are out protesting against corporate tax avoidance. When they say cut back, we say fight back!
We are no longer the iPod generation, and we're certainly no longer the Topshop generation. We are politically aware. We do care about what's going on. People are starting to listen to us. People are listening to me, even though I'm 15 and I'm just a schoolgirl.
I hope you all enjoy your shopping experiences today. Do not pay attention to anything I'm saying right now about the tax evasion, the Philippine, the Vodafone, the Boots, all these high street stores are not paying taxes.
I think the masks, they're very visual. They make people interested. They get the public interested.
Got any more of them? I'd like to wear one.
We've got strings.
Oh, you actual masks? Brilliant, yeah.
I paid my tax. 32,000 people can go to university.
The small protest I'm holding today was organised almost entirely online. I posted the details on the UK Uncut website, and I told people on Twitter, and that's how people are finding out about these things.
So let's go over to the biggest corporate tax dodging company in this country, Vodafone.
Somebody call the police! Vodafone need arresting.
All like antisocial behaviour. The fans just gone there, and then the police are there too. But they're probably trying to get us moved or something.
Listen, this is official now. The megaphone is being removed from you, right? Alex, stop filming a minute.
We're being effective, obviously, with this Vodafone protest, but now it's getting too
You're
effective.
affecting other people. I'm going to give you a receipt for it now, a stop form anyway, right?
Okay.
The first experience I've had with them, the police taking any action against what we've been doing.
You've got, all these people that are taking actions in all these different cities, the people that are setting up these actions, they're all acting completely autonomously. And then there's, kind of other volunteers that will look after the website, for example. Some other people will check the email occasionally. Someone else does the Twitter, and it all kind of rotates around. It's just a loose kind of network of volunteers.
UK Uncut was founded 4 months ago by a group of friends in a North London pub. Between them, they run the website and Twitter account and organise some of the bigger protests in the capital.
It's really important that protests are done in this form. They're done as direct actions and organised by grassroots people. I think it's very easy for the politicians to ignore petitions, to ignore marches. Something like this, we're actually going out and really having an immediate impact. I think it's really powerful. It makes people, stop and listen.
We're going to make a banner that says "Play fair, Phil, pay your tax," because the money that Philip Green has dodged in taxes could actually have paid for school sports for the next 2 years. And so one of our actions on Saturday is going to be themed around the idea of school sports. Options are: we leave immediately when the security tell us to, we leave when the cops turn up, we leave when the cops tell us to, we get arrested. Why don't we leave when the cops turn up?
Yeah, they have to warn us before
Or after an hour, whichever comes first.
Shall we say when the cops turn up, or 12:30, whichever comes first?
Yeah.
I think we should stick it out until it looks as if the police are really about to come in and take some kind of action.
Consensus on half 12.
This will officially warn us at some point that we have to leave, and I would say no one, at that point we take them seriously and we leave. Right, let's go. Let's go.
It's just been revealed that HSBC has in fact dodged £2 billion worth of tax. If the government collected that, they wouldn't need to make any cuts to housing benefits at all.
Right, I'm going to go and close my account right now.
It's totally unacceptable that the banks are yet again benefiting while the rest of us suffer. They caused this crisis. At the very, very least, they should be paying their taxes.
Ladies and gentlemen, I know none of you want to identify themselves as the leader of this protest, but I'd like to point out to you that what you're committing now is aggravated trespass, and that you're preventing the bank carrying out its normal daily business. Now, I fully agree that you do have a right to protest, and I'm quite happy for you to protest out on the street, but not in here. The If you carry on like you are now, we'll bring the van up and you'll all be arrested for aggravated trespass. Okay? 5 minutes from now.
Oh. Sleep in heavenly peace. Sleep in heavenly peace.
Who's leading it at the moment?
I know a couple of families who are
David Cameron. Keep on asking who the leader is. They keep on telling them. They ask me that.
Who's organising?
Who are families with children.
Is it Facebook organised?
They were doing everything.
Is it Facebook, Twitter?
I think it's just anger. No one needs organising for anger.
We need to get to the big top shop by like 1:45, which gives us half an hour, and we'll all need to go in kind of in as individuals and not as a group.
It's cheating the public.
What
It's called
public?
tax cheating.
What
Me?
different? What
My
different?
boys. The university
Your
students.
boys. Huh?
The university.
Those little bastards I take out and hang. Because they're scum of the earth.
I was in Topshop and I started looking around and seeing a few familiar faces, but everybody was looking very intently at handbags and making sure they weren't making eye contact with each other. A guy started taking his jacket off, and underneath he had a sports stop on with sort of a number in the front like he was going to run a race, and he had a whistle around his neck, and he started blowing it loudly, and that was the signal.
They've told me that I'm banned from every Arcadia shop in the country, which is going to ruin my Christmas present shopping list.
So you can see on the big day here, the 18th, we've got all these actions listed. And so as an individual, you come along and you list an action, so it's all totally decentralised.
We've seen sort of opposition movements in this country become quite stale. The anti-war movement is a classic example. You march from the US Embassy to Parliament Square every other month or so, and until the numbers just go down and down and down, because government doesn't listen to that form of protest, and B, people get extremely tired and bored of hearing the same people speak and just trudging up and down in the rain. They want to feel more part of the process. They want to see, I think there's a lot of people that are really disaffected with politics and want much more control and say in what they do.
In the next 60 seconds, everybody sit down in front of the entrance and lock arms.
Shame on you for turning blue.
The key thing about UK Uncut is that everybody is a participant and nobody is leading and nobody's led. My contribution is just bringing my own skill sets to the table, whatever people might deign those to be, just like everybody else. So if you're a musician and you want to participate in the UK Uncut, you bring your skill sets. If you're a good orator, bring your skill sets.
20% VAT, you're being fleeced. Sit down and get these guys to pay their tax instead.
They're filling a void while the trade unions and the other more committee-based organisations they're slow to move, The National Pensioners Convention had a demo in October, and I'm wondering when they'll next have a demonstration. UK Uncut are very welcoming.
Thank you for your hospitality.
Thanks, Vodafone. Good,
Fight, DHS, shame on you.
You should pay your taxes too. All of these police probably have to commute from zones 3, zones 4. They can't spend time with their loved ones. They can't give money to their kids to go on the housing ladder. They're not going to pay for their kids to go to university. And what are they having to do, these poor sods? They're having to protect tax avoiders like Philip Green.
Day of Action's been called on Sunday, January the 30th, and that's because 31st of January is when the self-assessment tax return form deadline is. So I am just tweeting that information out to the UK Uncut network to start people chatting about that.
We're doing a meeting on Twitter to see if we can find a new headline target for that Day of Action on the 30th by asking for tweets on companies that may have been avoiding tax that aren't already out there in the public domain. Getting a lot of tweets in. It's quite hard to keep track. UK Uncut is not any one bunch of people, it's all of the people that have been out there on the high streets and all of the people that are now suggesting ideas. So I think it's really important that we listen to everyone who feels they are part of UK Uncut.
We are UK Uncut, and we are here to say there's a fairer way.
Following the success of previous demonstrations, Police Chief Sir Hugh Ord warned that officers will use tougher tactics to deal with protesters.
The fine police who have been wonderful today, they pay their tax.
They were littering the floor, so I picked them up and put them through the door. I haven't, right. I put some letters through the door.
Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you!
Just the one?
Yeah.
For now. Mind your inbound. Thank you. That's fine.
I just got pepper sprayed in the face by a policeman for doing nothing. By standing next to what was going on, I got pepper sprayed in the face.
Oh yeah,
that's the criminal damage that warranted the spraying of CS gas.
And that's one of the guys that got. You know, I think it makes people really resolute to continue on the fight. They know that they've got an important issue to make, and they're not going to be scared off the streets.
Twitter can be so inspiring. Like, I know coming back today thinking, well, we did a great thing in London today, then coming back and checking out what everyone did everywhere else in the country. So seeing that stuff had happened in Truro, then seeing images from Liverpool, finding out about the 90-year-old woman in Northampton who helped shut down a Vodafone store today. Like, things like that are so powerful and so inspiring.
We've just started telling the story of tax avoidance as one alternative. There are other alternatives, I'm sure, and like the banks, I mean, the banks have got to be looked at.